Hello YouTubers, hello and welcome back. This is just a little video. I'm not doing any restoration or restoring on this yet. All I wanted to do was to see if it worked. Bought this on eBay. I thought it's only a couple of quid. Just move this away from that coil. It's only a couple of quid. I thought, do you know what? I'll buy it. I'll put a couple of quid on it, see if we get it. If we get it, we get it. If somebody else bids on it, so what, you know? As you know, I'm broke. So, there's our power supply, still working. Our 5-volt overload light is still out. I've got it set to 4.5 volts. Funny enough, it's even got a schematic. Not that you can see it. Anyway, what is this? This is a Philips Type 90 RL136, and the other number, whatever that means, is a 287590, and it's a Philips transistor radio. I don't even know what waveband it's got. It's only got one waveband. So it's got the controller on the side for the tuning, on and off, and volume. There is no switch for anything, any other frequencies. I think this is just medium wave. So let's see what happens. Oh, we've got some noise. Oh, there's the oscillator going. That sounds good. I just got it because I like the look of it. I've never seen a radio like this. I don't believe that it works. It's one coil, so there's only one frequency.
Doing radio on a Tuesday and television on a Wednesday and so on and so forth. With the result, there are more words on television than there were in my day.
Oh dear. Volume control is a little bit scratchy, what do you expect?
I think they do play. They don't really think Colin Anderson is such a good play too. But I still think the kind of play the Carol
Yeah.
for someone like Hernandez, totally different. Now, Antonio goes back.
Oh, this is what it looks like inside. Oh, it's got a little sticker in there, 470 kilohertz. Yeah, and these caps replacing by the looks of it. One there, one there, one here, one there, and one on the end there. The terminals for the batteries are a little bit corroded. But yeah, just a nice little dinky little radio. And that's what the back plate looks like, the case. It looked a different colour yellow on the photograph. This is more of a mustardy yellow. I thought it was a brighter yellow than this. They said it was Bakelite. It's not Bakelite, it's plastic. Don't always label these things correctly, but anyway, that looks like a medium wave coil to me on the ferrite rod. Very sensitive. I think once you've got the caps out of there, that'll be good. It's got the push-pull transistors by the looks of it. There's the audio transformer, the audio stage. Yeah.
Fans, let me ask you this, because Liverpool fans have backed Jurgen Klopp beyond belief. I mean, he hasn't had to do anything.
That was a transistor there on that IF stage. Transistor here on that IF stage.
It's a rare thing in this day and age. But is
That's
it
the basic little radio.
too much slack by the Liverpool fans? Are they actually starting to ask questions of him? Yeah, no, I think they are, rightly so, because the problem is...
Yeah, I like this. This is nice. Yeah.
He came to Liverpool, he's an instant legend. Now you've got to prove yourself, really. I don't think he's done that. I think that's true. I think that's
What's the grill touching up a little bit? But apart from that, I think the tuning knob on the end, I think that would have been, surely that would have been a better knob than that, surely. I don't know. But yeah.
Phil Jupiters. Good working sponsors. And that's the late Petros.
Yeah, I thought you might like that. Have any of you seen a radio like this before? This sort of layout, Philips? I'll see if I can blow that schematic up so I can show you better and I'll look at it better myself. But anyway, we're still working on this radio, but I just wanted to give this a go anyway. Hello YouTubers, hello. And welcome back. I've been not doing very much for a few days. Decided to make an effort and come to the bench, otherwise I'm never going to do anything. So I haven't switched this radio on since I did the removal of this resistor and the rearrangement of, this is the valve. So we're just going to check on a few things and then I'll get back to you. Hello YouTubers, we were about to turn this radio on. We're all set to go, we're all plugged in. And I thought, before we do, I wish I'd done this first. This is how the valve sits inside the radio. It, just having a look, it sits like this. Oh, now I've gone and dropped it. This is pin 1. Let's get a close up of that. This is pin 1. That's pin 2. In the radio, still can't see, can you? I need something to put this tube in so you can see. Hang on, I've got another idea. Right, let's see if we can do it this way. This here is pin 1. That's the pin that's snapped off on the radio, on the socket. This is pin 2, which has absolutely nothing connected to it. So I wired all them wires to this pin and jumped it across to this pin. I'm about to just turn this radio on, keeping an eye on pin 2, which is the middle one of them 3, because my finger's covering 3. So the middle one, if you look inside the valve, hang on a minute, that way is this pin. If you look inside the valve, I'm trying to get it so you can see it. It's not, is that clear? It's not clear, is it? Anyway, I've tried to show you, but I can't show you. It's not clear enough for you to see. But pin 2 inside the valve, which I didn't check, is connected to something. which means we could be in trouble. So I suppose the first thing to do is to have a rethink. Hello there. Right, I've made a decision. I'm not suggesting it's the right one. I ain't pleased. But I cut the pin. I've cut pin 2. So what I'm going to do is coat the joints with liquid tape to protect it from touching anything. That's the best I could do. It's either that or it's going to be a new socket, and I don't have a new socket. And I don't want to put, it's an audio valve. I don't want to have things too far away on wires. So I took the decision to cut the pin, and all I've got to do now is to basically make it safe. Not good at all. I've learnt my lesson. Not only just go off the pin on the socket that's not connected to anything. It doesn't mean to say it's not connected to something on the inside of the valve, which I did not check. Damn nuisance. It really is. But there you go. Too late now. So that's what I'm going to do. You can see I've already cut it. Right, I thought I'd have a test out of the meter. I've got the volume up. I've got the speaker disconnected. It's just connected across the meter. This is medium wave. Now, even though there's no speaker, it's funny, you can hear speech come from the radio. I presume that's the audio transformer. I'm going to move the camera up close to it, so maybe you might be able to pick it up on the... Can you hear that, guys? So I just playing around. Wanted to see how this works. Let's turn the volume up. Now you can hear the volume's turned right up. Oh, there goes the phone. And you can see it's bouncing off the end of the scale. So I just turn it up to 10 volts. Let it scale up on here. That's full volume, and that's set to 10 volts. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? You can hear that from there. Let's turn it down. Right, okay, let's put it back on the 2.5 volt. Yeah, because this would be quite loud in the speaker. Yeah, so that's working. Well, at least the meter being connected up to the output of the for the speaker is working on the meter fine. Happy with that. Just a matter of getting the other stuff ready. Right, I've been looking at this coil that they've been asking us for. Now remember, we're not spending loads of money. We're getting things ready to the stage. What we can do before we start spending any money. Need to eke it out as much as possible. Remember, I'm on the sick at the minute. and spent all that money on them things over there that we needed those. So what I decided on is to have a look at this coupling loop for alignment of the AM aerial circuit. It's constructed by winding about 20 turns of enamel copper wire on a 6-inch diameter former. Right, that's what I'm planning on making. So I've been looking for something round I can use as a former. Now it's a scenario of either what I'm using is too big or it's too small. So I thought it might be better to go slightly too big. That's my opinion. And it says use enamelled copper wire. I'm not keen on using up my enamel copper wire. So I'm going to use this. This is plastic coated wire. And it's solid core. So what I'm planning on doing is wrapping this around this, which isn't 6 inches in diameter. It's just over 6.5. It's not far out. It's close enough. So what I'll do is I'm going to wind 19.5 turns of copper wire around this, or thereabouts, and then I'm going to use masking tape to tape it in certain places to give me the coil that we need. I'm not using my enamel copper wire if I can help it, because that's expensive, where this isn't, and I'm sure it will do the same job. If it doesn't work, we ain't lost anything. We can still go back to using enamel copper wire. So let's have a go at that and see what that looks like. Right, that is about 6.5 inches in diameter, 20 turns of copper wire. Only we've got the plastic insulation. It's solid wire, and we've got it taped with masking tape. I've just slotted it through a connection block and done it up loosely at one end, ready for me to move on to what I'm going to do next, whatever that is. So we've got our two ends there. Doesn't matter about the length at this stage. If I need it a bit longer, I can unravel a bit or whatever. I'm sure it won't make much difference. So that's our coil. Next thing to do is to find the resistors and capacitors, and we have to check the resistors to make sure they're both exactly the same value. And then I think that's about as far as we can go on this. We'll have to put this radio up. I mean we can play around with voltages and take voltage measurements and probe around and things like that. But as far as alignment is concerned, and until we get those tools, we're kind of a bit stuck. We can probably do some of it, but I think we need the right tools really. I haven't got anything. I mean, Buzz used pieces of bone. I ain't got anything like that. It means going shopping and buying meat. I'm already in financial difficulty at the moment, as you understand why. So we're just doing as much as we can. But don't worry, we won't be forgetting about the Murphy. We'll be coming back to it once we finish playing around, just like we will be with the HMV. In fact, we could get HMV out and see if it will work. So I'll catch you tomorrow when I come back, and we'll have a look at the resistors and capacitors, what we need, and get them ready. Then after that, we'll just see where we go from there. Okay? See you tomorrow. Well, it looks a bit of a mess at the moment, but I've been sorting my bench out. And you're going to look at it and think, have you? I don't believe you. Well, I sorted it out, and then, basically getting it together. I mean, elastic bands are coming really handy. Get all my pencils together, paint brushes together, marker pens, etc, etc. Bags that won't close. Just basically sorting things out. And while I was doing that, I was looking through to see what parts I've got, what I need. Okay, we've got our coil, which I showed you earlier. We've got our 0.01 UF capacitor, which is what that is. I found the 470 ohms resistor. This is the only ones I have. It's asking for 1000 picofarads, which is 1 nanofarad. And this is all I've got. If this is no good, then I'm going to have to buy, and I don't want to buy, so we're going to try and make use of this. I've tested them, and they do fall around about the value we want. It's all not far off. The only other part that I can't find at the moment, which I'm still looking for, as you can imagine, my parts filing system is abysmal, to say the least. At the moment, I'm looking for 180k resistor. I've looked through all the half and 1 watts, and I'm wondering if I can get away with a 1/4 watt. Can I? I don't know. Having never done an alignment before, I don't know if I can get away with a 1/4 watt, because I'm more likely to have this value in a 1/4 watt than I am in the bigger resistors, because it doesn't say anything about wattages, nothing. And if you're like me, you've never ever aligned a radio before, what size resistors do you need? Doesn't say. Fat lot of help. Fat lot of help in that if you knew what you were doing, you would already know what resistors you need, and we don't. So if anybody can enlighten me on that, it would be much appreciative. So we're gradually getting our bits and pieces together, slowly and surely. I haven't done any more voltage testing because I've been playing around trying to get the stuff together. I've not been feeling too happy about the fact that I haven't been able to get out of the house for now 8 days. It's starting to get to me now, you know. Want to get out and see the world. But there you go. So, and while I've been doing that, I've been looking through my parts, sorting them out, finding them where there's several one type and they're all over the place, and get them together and put an elastic band around them. Audio transformers, little tiny audio transformers for transistor radios and things. All kinds of stuff that's fragmented and all over the place. Been going through, bringing it together, and then wherever I can, put an elastic band around it and get it into some kind of order. Now, what I really need is several of those storage boxes. Maybe have them going along the back, which will change my layout and plans of how I want my bench to look quite a bit. So anyway, that's as far as we've got so far. Just trying to get stuff together and whatever, trying to sort things out. That's it really. So what I think I might do is post this video to give you some idea of what we've been up to. I've been doing some reading on my phone, things that I found, articles and that. I've also found some very useful videos of someone which really interesting, and he is Radio Fun. Let me just have a look. I can't remember the exact name. This is the guy I'm on about, Radio Fun 232. I tell you, I find his videos absolutely fascinating. It's it goes into a lot of details on things, but it's what he utilises is what really interests me. He gets a whole load of scrap parts, you know, that people have basically want to throw away, won't get rid of. Picks them up at a flea market, sorts them all out into the various boxes and things, which is what we need to do. And he uses them in his videos, and he uses them in projects and things. And some of the things he does is wonderful. And he doesn't use breadboard like what we do. He uses a piece of wood and bangs in a few nails and uses wires as runners and tracks. I recommend him to you guys if you ever want to be entertained. This guy is really good at explaining stuff. I really highly recommend him. I've known about him for quite a long time. Problem is that there's that many videos to watch. You have to kind of choose what to watch, because you stuff for time. You can't do stuff yourself. Don't mind watch a lot of different videos, but this guy is definitely worth a look, and he goes into a lot of detail. And I tell you, I saw a hi-fi thing that he built, and I'm trying to find it now. I think that might be it there. Basically, it's pieces of wood nailed together and made into a circuit, and it's basically an amplifier. But he goes into a lot of detail about it, and it's very interesting to watch. So I recommend him to you guys. Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye and make a video out of all this to let you know how I've been getting on. Just basically sorting out parts, really. So we've got to start. We've got our coil, we've got our resistors, we've got some capacitors. Now I'm not sure what the voltage on these discs are. They're usually about 50 volts. But if this is not suitable with stuff, because I ain't got anything, I'm going to have to buy something in. So anyway, take care. See you around. Ta-da.